Good morning, Michael here, and today we're still on Psalms 11 with focus on verse 6 and 7. Let's go ahead and read the chapter first. In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Verse 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright. Just to read verse 6 and 7 again. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright. And so Spurgeon comments on it. Verse 6. But the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Why then shall I flee from these wicked men? If God hateth them, I will not fear them. Haman was very, very great in the palace until he lost favor. But when the king abhorred him, how bold were the meanest attendants to suggest the gallows for the man of whom they had often trembled. Look at the black mark upon the faces of our persecutors, and we shall not run away from them. If God is in the quarrel as well as ourselves, it would be foolish to question the result or avoid the conflict. Sodom and Gomorrah perished by a fiery hail and by a brimstone shower from heaven. So shall all the ungodly. They may gather together like Gog and Magog to battle, but the Lord will rain upon them an overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. Ezekiel 38:22. Some expositors think that in the term horrible tempest there is in the Hebrew an allusion to that burning, suffocating wind which blows across the Arabian deserts and is known by the name of Simoon, a burning storm. Lowth calls it, while another great commentator reads it, wrath wind. In either version the language is full of terrors. What a tempest will that be which shall overwhelm the despisers of God! Oh, what a shower will that be which shall pour out itself forever upon the defenseless heads of impenitent sinners in hell! Repent, ye rebels, or this fiery deluge shall soon surround you. Hell's horrors shall be your inheritance, your entailed estate, the portion of your cup. The dregs of that cup you shall wring out and drink forever. A drop of hell is terrible, but what must a full cup of torment be? Think of it, a cup of misery, but not a drop of mercy. O people of God, how foolish is it to fear the faces of men who shall soon be faggots in the fire of hell. Think of their end, their fearful end, and all fear of them must be changed into contempt of their threatenings and pity for their miserable estate. Verse 7. The delightful contrast of the last verse is well worthy of our observation, and it affords another overwhelming reason why we should be steadfast, unmovable, not carried away with fear or led to adopt carnal expeditions in order to avoid trial. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. It is not only his office to defend it, but his nature to love it. He would deny himself if he did not defend the just. It is essential to the very being of God that he should be just. Fear not then the end of all your trials, but be just and fear not. God approves, and if men oppose, what matters it? His countenance doth behold the upright. We need never be out of countenance, for God countenances us. He observes, he approves, he delights in the upright. He sees his own image in them, an image of his own fashioning, and therefore with complacency he regards them. Shall we dare to put forth our hand unto iniquity in order to escape affliction? Let us have done with byways and short turnings, and let us keep to that fair path of right along with Jehovah's smile shall light us. Are we tempted to put our light under a bushel, to conceal our religion from our neighbors? Is it suggested to us that there are ways of avoiding the cross and shunning the reproach of Christ? Let us not hearken to the voice of the charmer, but seek an increase of faith, that we may wrestle with principalities and powers, and follow the Lord, fully going without the camp, bearing his reproach. Mammon, the flesh, the devil, will all whisper in our ear, "Flee as a bird to your mountain." But let us come forth and defy them all. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. There is no room or reason for retreat. Advance! Let the vanguard push on to the front, all ye powers and passion of our soul. On, in God's name, for the Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Ah, yes, God don't play. God don't play. All you take him for granted. Disrespect. Don't even have no time for the Lord. God be praised. Yeah, it's exciting. Psalms 11. Michael here, declaring, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, one love.